I don't know if you know, they are trying to change ATP 1000 for hard court. How do you stand about it in Rio?
Well, Rio is a great event. No, mm, we need Rio on clay, not on hard. I think no, we cannot change more tournaments to hard. We have enough tournaments on hard. Clay is part of the history of our sport, so we need to to hold tournaments on clay, and at the same time is the history of Latin America is more on clay than hard, so we need to preserve that too. And I believe that to be a 1,000 today is not easy. In 2019, I don't know what could happen. But my feeling is we need to change a little bit the schedule. Uh, the weather conditions on that part of the season to play a tournament there in Rio are too extreme, in my opinion. So we need to fix more that than other thing.
Two of the most memorable matches of recent time were your 2008 win over Roger at Wimbledon and the Australian match. We've all had wonderful things that are in our grasp, but they get away. What, Rafa, are your reflections on the Australian final? What are your takeaway thoughts on that?
We talked enough about that. No, I almost don't forget about it. Was a great moment, I think, for the promotion of our sport. That was for sure important because it was a lot of expectation about this match, and for me personally, be part of it was great again. For sure, I wanted to win, but overall, I felt happy to be back on a big match like this and against Roger too. So in was a moment that we will remember, and I think is something that going to be part of the history of our sport. So I enjoyed the match, and I think the fans too. So it was a great moment.
Rafa, I just want to talk about your doubles partnership with Bernie. How did it come about? He plays a different style than you do. There's been some talk about the way he plays. Could you just talk about how the doubles partnership came about for the tournament?
I don't know. I play doubles for fun, and for practice a little bit too. No, before the singles start. I supposed to play with Bernard in in Brisbane. That will make sense because it's his house, and for me was something that I liked the idea. Then I said to him that I could not play there because I had to play with Mark Lopez to prepare the Davis Cup. But Mark Lopez, 4 days before or 2 days before the tournament start, decided to not go, so was late to play with him. And I said to him, well, that what happened. I have to play with Mark, and if we can change Brisbane for Indian Wells, will be great for me. And that's it. Nothing else.
Were you surprised by Tony's decision after Melbourne?
Sorry.
Were you surprised by Tony's decision that he announced after Melbourne that he would stop traveling with you after the end of that season?
Surprise. I I talk enough about that too. No, so Tony is free to do whatever he wants. No, I just can say thanks to him for everything that he did. And I have an academy that he's working there too. So for me, he's such an important person in the academy. So for me, the important thing is he's happy doing what he's doing, and I understand that he has 3 kids too. 2 kids are playing tennis too. So probably he has the motivation too to practice with them. And for me personally, more than my coach is for sure my uncle before. So I always wanted the best for him, and I am sure that he wanted the best for me. So we always had an amazing, good relationship, and that's not going to change. And I feel happy if he's happy doing what he's doing. That's the most important thing for me. The same than the rest of the people of my family that I love. So I want the best for them, and if Tony uh, take that decision, is because he feels that is the best for him at this moment, and maybe he thinks it's the best for me. I don't know. So, but he take the decision, and as I said before, for me everything. What he's free to do whatever. I am fine with everything.
I just wanted to ask you a little bit about the recent Davis Cup changes being proposed, moving from best of 5 to best of 3 and to 2 days. And secondly, I know we get a lot of player complaints about Davis Cup, but if you got, say, $1 million a tie, would you play the competition as it is? And
If you
not-
make a what?
if you got like $1 million a tie for playing Davis Cup, would the top players play the competition as it is now? And if not, what amount would it take?
I never talked about money on the press, so I don't wanna. That's not gonna be my first time. No. ITF need to make changes. I said a lot of years ago, and it's true that now there is a new president and new staff that they are trying to make new things, and that's always good. I don't know which changes, but all the things that they can try will be positive. But in my opinion, it's not about best of 3 or best of 5. In my opinion, it's about we cannot have a Davis Cup champion every year. That's devaluate the competition, and I cannot say what I really believe that will be good, but the real thing is if the top players are not playing very, very often, then you are making something not good, so you need to change. But I advised that long time ago, but the old staff of the ITF always thinks on the small picture, and at the end of the year, always there is a winner with a top player. And that's good for the picture, but if we think about the real competition, Davis Cup is a beautiful competition, is a very emotional competition, and to have and to maintain that level of emotion, that level of quality of tennis, you need to do the things for the best players, and the best players need to feel comfortable playing every time that Davis Cup is going. So more than best of 3 or best of 5 is about changing in my opinion, is one winner every 2 years. I don't mean 1 year Davis Cup, 1 year not Davis Cup. I mean, for example, 2 ties per year. That will be something reasonable, and players will be very motivated to play Davis Cup. But happened to us, we won like 4 times, or in 8 years. So you finish Davis Cup last tournament of the year in December, then in January you start again. So and it's tough because I talk personally for my body. You have drastic change from you can play in any surface, and you are coming from different surfaces. And even if it's great to have that week with the rest of the players and the rest of the staff, I have a great relationship with your country, with my country, with all the people who work there. But still a big risk for me, and that's something that I tried to make every time that I could. But the last couple of times I was injured.
Ask the questions.
following up on that about Davis Cup, speaking for Serbia, we'll miss having you in Belgrade. It would be great to have you there. But Spanish team is so deep that they can obviously do very well, even in your absence. So I'm curious what you think about sort of team play versus star players play. We won't get a Big Four matchup, but still should be a very good team competition. Yes? No?
Were there that confrontation?
Yeah, Serbia, Spain.
Yeah, will be a good tie, good confrontation. I cannot say if I will be there or not, but it's obvious that the moment of the season is not the good one for me because I need to prepare myself for clay, and I don't want to. If I play there, I have to then push my body to the limit during only 1 week of preparation to prepare one of the most important events for me of the year, like Monte Carlo, and I had enough injuries in my life to not be conservative in these cases, but I don't know what's going on. But Serbia have a great team, and we have a great team, and will be a good one. It's true that playing at home with Novak, Serbia is favorite.
Back to your uncle, Tony, what's the most important thing that he brought to your development, both as a tennis player and as a person?
Well, first thing, I play tennis because of him. If not, probably I will never play tennis. We'll play football. That's what I was doing when I was a kid too. No, I practiced with him, only with him, until I have 12 years old. So, big part of my success is because of his help. And like a person, it's obvious that when you spend a lot of hours with one person and this part of your family have an impact in your personality or in your education. But at the same time, I have a father and mother, and I feel that when you are a kid, you can imagine that I spent more time with my father than my mother than my uncle. No? So they are a very important part of my education too, and my personality. No? But it's obvious that Toni had a big impact in all the things that happened to me in terms of like education and in terms of tennis too. So.
I was wondering if you saw the match between Paris Saint-Germain and Barcelona.
Sorry?
Did you see the match between Paris Saint-Germain and Barcelona?
Obvious.
What did you think?
Well, it's something that going to be part of the history, and I just can congratulate Barcelona for amazing achievement, and I feel sorry for Paris, but I have some good friends there, like the president Nasser, that I feel so sorry for him, because losing a tie like this is one of the toughest things in the world of sport. So I imagine how tough it is. So, but at the end of the day, one Spanish team is through in the quarterfinals. So already 2 in the quarterfinals and possibility of 4 in the quarterfinals from the Spanish league. So that's always a great news.
Just wondering how you're feeling coming into this tournament and your thoughts in looking at the draw and how things might progress from there.
No, I was a little bit sick 2 days, so I couldn't practice for 2 days. I started practicing yesterday for the first time, and today I practiced again, and today I have double. So, but it's obvious that when you get sick, you lose a little bit the power for a couple of days. So I hope to recover myself good and feel myself ready to compete at the highest level possible. I know I am playing with Guillermo Garcia or Guido Pella the first round, and that's all what I can say now. Then, if the things goes well, we will have time to talk about the draw.
Thank you.
Thank you.